It's time to stop relying on sketchy Disney World advice and start putting these surefire tricks and tips into action. There are two things we can guarantee about today's DFB video. One, we've tried every one of these Disney World tricks ourselves multiple times, and they've worked every time. And two, it's going to be easy for you to use these tricks during your next visit. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Now, since our DFB team is in the Disney World parks every single day, we know which tricks and hacks work some of the time, which ones never work, and which ones work every single time. Today, we're going to focus on the latter of those options and show you a range of Disney World tricks that we can always rely on, and we do. Pay attention to the stars below each point during today's video. 1 star means the Disney World trick we're about to discuss is pretty common, but for a good reason. It's literally that reliable. 2 stars means the trick is lesser known but not completely unknown by the Disney veterans out there. And 3 stars means that even the Disney vets watching might learn something completely new to try out during their next visit. Let's start someplace I find myself pretty regularly in Disney World, the bathrooms. These are the ones that actually give you privacy. So big question, where are the most secret or private bathrooms around all of Disney World? Don't laugh now. You don't realize how crucial it is to know about this stuff, especially if you're in Disney World every single day until you desperately need it. So here's the truth for when you really do need it. Number 1, deluxe hotel lobbies. Many deluxe hotel bathrooms that branch off from the main lobby, like the Beach Club Resort bathrooms that are located by Martha's Vineyard or the Animal Kingdom Lodge bathrooms located off the main lobby, can be the perfect private porcelain throne solution. And that's because these are kept clean, nice smelling, and stocked with necessary toiletries. Some of these deluxe hotel bathroom spots even carry complimentary hygiene products in the women's restroom, which we love to see. Sure, you might not go out of your way to find them, but if you're in the area, then you might as well take advantage while you can and head to these super private bathrooms for a little alone time. Number 2, outside the park entrances. Before you step through one of the theme park front gates, consider taking a quick pit stop over at the bathrooms right outside the entrance. While the bathroom at the entrance of Animal Kingdom admittedly does see a fair bit of traffic, the other 3 parks have great, very rarely visited options you can turn to. At Magic Kingdom, the restrooms are to the right of the entrance, located near guest relations. The bathrooms at the Transportation and Ticket Center, if you drove to the park, are also not too busy unless it's a particularly crowded day. And at both Epcot and Hollywood Studios, the outside the park facilities are located to the left of the entrance. For Hollywood, you'll need to make the stop before you go through security, and at Epcot, it's after security, unless you're at International Gateway. But yeah, unless it's the very beginning of the day or the very end of the day, these places are going to be pretty much abandoned because people are just really wanting to get into the parks, right? They don't want to stop and go to the bathroom. They're going to wait till they get in and ride at least one ride first. And the third place to find those private bathrooms is near quieter attractions. So if you're looking for restrooms that are quieter and less crowded inside the parks, it's actually easier than you might think. Just track down some of the, less popular attractions. Epcot has a few great examples of this. One of our favorite places to make a pit stop here are the bathrooms to the right of the American Adventure Show in World Showcase. These are almost always very clean and have a ton of stalls at your disposal. At Animal Kingdom, hit up the bathrooms to the right of Finding Nemo, the Big Blue and Beyond Theater. Just as long as the show hasn't recently let out, you should find these bathrooms to be pretty ghost town-like. In Magic Kingdom, the bathrooms behind Gaston's Tavern or in the back of Storybook Circus, both in Fantasyland, can often be overlooked since they're out of sight, out of mind. And in Hollywood Studios, head to the bathrooms near Star Wars Launch Bay and Animation Courtyard. The private bathroom force is strong with this one. So Disney Springs has so many happy hour opportunities where you can save money on select drinks and appetizers across lots of different restaurants and bars. And this is something nobody's really talking about or paying attention to. But of course, we are here for you and gonna let you know. While the happy hour deals tend to switch out regularly across the menus and restaurants, here's the most updated list of happy hour offerings that we've been able to track down. First up, House of Blues has a happy hour deal from opening through 5 p.m. Monday through Thursdays every week. You're going to find $2 off all bottled and canned beer, $5 house wine and well liquors, as well as $6 margaritas and Long Island iced teas. You're also going to find half-price apps here like spinach and artichoke dip for $10. Surprisingly enough, one of our favorite happy hour opportunities happens at STK Steakhouse, which isn't typically a restaurant we recommend a whole bunch, but we so recommend it if you're wanting to take advantage of those limited time deals. Monday to Friday, you're going to find happy hour happening here from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. And on Saturdays and Sundays, you can experience it from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. During STK's happy hour, you're going to find specialty cocktails, select wine, and food for $3, $6, and $9. One of the newest happy hours on the Disney Springs block is Martini Hour over at Summer House on the Lake, which happens Monday to Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. and includes $10 martinis, $5 glasses of wine, $4 draft beers, plus elevated bar bites for amazing prices. Haleo's happy hour is called Sangria Hour and takes place from 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day, but only at the bar. You're going to find frozen sangrias here for $7, Blanco La Batia for $6, beer for $7, and small plates that range from $4 to $6.50. Happy hour happens twice each day at Paradiso 37 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., then again at the bar only from 9 to 11 p.m. Key offerings here are $8 house margaritas and $7 domestic draft beer. At Raglan Road's outside bar only, you're going to find happy hour Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is for all you folks who want those $6 domestic draft beers and or $6 premium well liquors. And the final restaurant in Disney Springs with a listed happy hour at the time of recording, that is the Edison, which takes place Monday to Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. You're going to find 3 different bites to eat ranging from $6 to $12 and numerous drinks to choose from that range from $6 to $10. How about the best ways to rack up points on Toy Story Mania? If you're like me, a good mom, then you know how important it is to school your kid at Toy Story Mania in Hollywood Studios and then brag about it for the rest of the trip. That's why it feels like my personal mission to give you all the best hacks for racking up those blaster points as quickly as possible. Now, I'm just going to give you a couple of my favorite Toy Story Mania strategies today, but I do have a full list of ride hacks that I can send you, along with a few other hackable ride strategies too, at any of the rides where you're going to want to impress your family with how awesome your skills are. Just scan the QR code you see on the screen now, or if you're watching this on your phone while you're waiting for your kids to get out of school in the car pickup line, or you're having a little me time and watching this in the bath with a glass of wine, good for you, then you can pick up that free PDF over at disneyfoodblog.com/ride hacks after this. All right, now let's rack up those points. Hack number 1, during the first Toy Story Mania game, Ham and Eggs, aim at the animals peeking out of the barn. Once you knock them all down, the barn's going to flip over and cause all the points on the other animals in the game to go up. Hack number 2, during Rex and Trixie's Dino Darts, hit all 3 500-point lava balloons coming out of the volcano. Once you get them, comets are going to appear on both sides of the screen. This is when you'll actually need your Ride Buddy competitor to help you out for a minute because you're going to have to work together to hit all these comets 3 times. After the 3rd strike on the final comet, the volcano is going to erupt with lots of high-scoring balloons. Hack number 3, during the Green Army Men Shoot Camp, break the 2,000-point plates on each side of the dirt mountain. This is going to cause a tank to appear with even more high-scoring plates. Okay, good luck. Our next tip that works every time, sorry about this one, but it's true, wake up. You may not like this advice, but year after year after year, the yearly birds really do get the worms in Disney World, and the worms being shorter lines for rides. If you can get up and around for rope drop, that's park opening, or you can get up even earlier for early theme park entry, which is a 30-minute head start in the parks available to all guests staying at Disney World hotels, then you can get ahead of all the other folks who decided to hit their snooze button that morning. And that means shorter ride lines for the most popular Disney rides. Plain and simple, just get up. Okay, where to book the cheapest breakfast buffet. Recently, we released a YouTube video all about the best breakfast in Disney World. We also played a fun little Would You Rather game, and my scriptwriter Bria ate a Pop-Tart on screen. If you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out. But one of the best discoveries we made during that video is just how awesome and underrated the Ale and Compass breakfast buffet is over at Yacht Club Resort. For most breakfast buffets around Disney, you're looking at paying about $40 to $69 per adult for the endless eats. But for Ale and Compass's rather unique breakfast buffet setup, you're going to pay $28. That $28 will get you unlimited breakfast sides from the buffet line, like fresh fruit and yogurt parfaits and breakfast pastries and house-made granola, etc., as well as your choice of entree and your choice of non-alcoholic beverage as well. Again, that's all for $28. So you get the buffet and an entree and a beverage. Not too shabby for Disney World, especially for a place that serves all you care to enjoy accompaniments that you can find only steps away from Epcot. So there are times when we're going to tell you to absolutely go and try to jump into a Magic Kingdom attraction line to take advantage of potentially shorter waits without having to worry about a Lightning Lane purchase. For example, well, like I just mentioned before, the earlier you can get to the park, the better your ride line situation going to be. The end of the night can also work in your ride line favor when families are starting to head back to their hotel for the evening or are making their way to the front of the park to stake out a spot for the happily ever after fireworks. But you know what time you shouldn't get in line for one of Magic Kingdom's attractions? When Festival of Fantasy passes through a certain land. Yep, the parade starts in Frontierland, weaves through Liberty Square, and then makes its way down Main Street, USA, which means it'll pass by rides and shows like Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Country Bear Musical Jamboree, Hall of Presidents, and Haunted Mansion. Just as soon as the parade finishes up in a certain land, almost all the parade viewers in said area are gonna flock to the nearest attraction they can find, like moths to a flame, meaning the usually chill Country Bears show will suddenly be packed, and the usually busy Tiana's Bayou Adventure will get even busier. It's way better to try to get in line for these specific rides and shows just a little before the parade begins. That way, you're not trying to fight a losing battle against those post-parade crowds. And you might have an even shorter line because everybody's waiting for the parade. Now, of course, you need to take plenty of breaks, and this is just a 1-star one, but it's still a good one to be reminded of. In the past DFB videos where I've talked about the importance of taking breaks during your Disney park day, I've seen lots of comments responding to that advice, saying things like, "This is going to be one of the only times I'll be going to Disney ever, so I don't have time for breaks." Or, "I'm just taking a short weekend trip, so breaks really aren't an option." Or even, "There's no way my kids would allow us to take a break when there's just so much to do." And I totally get this. I have been on those trips where there are no breaks allowed. But I think what I would say to that is just be aware that things might not go 100% as planned. I have definitely done trips with no breaks, and I've survived them and they've been fine. But if anyone in your family starts to drag, get tired, really need a little time away, then that can be contagious. So be prepared for that. Even now, when I go to Disney, I am super excited and I start off on this high note and I've got all these things planned for the day. But once you fight against the Florida sun and the sore feet and just feeling totally dehydrated and overwhelmed and sweaty, sometimes that's going to win over getting everything done that's on your list. Cranky exhaustion can definitely follow even if you don't plan for it. So if you don't have time to backtrack to your hotel room for a quick power nap in the afternoon, taking breaks in the park isn't synonymous with doing nothing and wasting your day. You can always find an indoor show that's about 15 to 30 minutes to sit in a cool, dimly lit building with lots of refreshing AC, or you can make reservations for a table service or grab a bite and a seat in an indoor quick service to just get a little air and refuel. I can't tell you how much that can help, like 1,000%. Just keep track of how long it's been since the last time you and your family sat down to recharge and refuel, because if you're going on 2+ hours pinballing back and forth between ride queues, then it's probably time to take a quick break, even if your family says they're okay at the moment. Because believe me when I say the vacation adrenaline rush can crash fast when you don't take the time to listen to your body and rest frequently. But yeah, breaks can mean just hanging out in a counter service for a little while, getting a soda, just chilling out. Okay, I'm actually going to turn things over to Bria for this underground point because she worked on the bulk of the Disney Springs section for our DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining. So she's got some major tea that she wants to spill from that. So take it away, Bea.
I love the fact that most every Disney World quick service gives you the option to mobile order your food via the My Disney Experience app instead of having to stand in a physical line to order it. But over in Disney Springs, you'll probably notice that the mobile order options on the My Disney Experience app are very slim pickings. That's because the majority of the restaurants in Disney Springs are actually owned and operated by third-party companies and not by Disney directly. That being said, mobile ordering might still be available at some of these quick service locations, even if you're not finding them through Disney's app. For example, both Everglazed Donuts and Cold Brew and the Cookie Bar at Summer House on the Lake offer online ordering on their Toast Tab page. The Polite Pig offers it via politepig.com. Cooks of Dublin offers online ordering on the Cooks of Dublin website and mobile app. Chicken Guy's got it via chickenguy.com. You can also simply scan the QR code on display when arriving at the restaurant if that's easier for you. Sprinkles lets you mobile order through sprinkles.com and the free Sprinkles app. And Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company in Disney Springs offers online ordering via Joffrey's Online.
And to springboard off of Bria's last point, you can also mobile order from the Joffrey's Skyliner kiosk at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, as well as Joffrey's Contemporary Grounds in Contemporary Resort via the Joffrey's website too. Super special benefit that all the other Joffrey's locations do not have. Now, this was a trick that one of our mamas of the DFB family pointed out that honestly really made a whole lot of sense to me. Often we recommend not purchasing MultiPass, which is Disney's premium skip the line service, for your Animal Kingdom visit, unless you're planning on traveling during a particularly busy season. And that's because Animal Kingdom doesn't have a whole lot of rides for you to skip the lines for. So they pad the rest of the MultiPass selections with shows that typically you're going to be able to see pretty easily whether you've got a lightning lane or not. However, one of our DFB reporters mentioned that one of her favorite lightning lanes to book is, surprisingly enough, the one for Festival of the Lion King in Animal Kingdom. Since she's the mom of a toddler, during busy seasons, she knows her little one isn't going to have the patience to stand around in the Festival of the Lion King outdoor line as folks wait to be filled into the theater, especially when you're trying to get into the show during the heat of the day. The lack of shade and AC in this line is abundant, extremely so. But when you've got a lightning lane for this ride, you don't have to worry about waiting in that line. You just walk up, you scan your lightning lanes, and you walk right into the theater for that sweet, sweet burst of AC. This means you'll also more than likely be seated in the front row bleachers of the round theater as well, meaning your kid will have a higher chance of getting chosen for the audience participation parade that happens toward the end of the show. And yes, I will say that going to Disney World with babies and toddlers is a completely different experience than going with older kids or just with an adult group. You may think you have it all down, and then once you've got a baby or toddler in tow, suddenly everything shifts 180 degrees, and things that you never thought would be important to you are suddenly extremely important to you. So this is one of those things. It's almost party season again. Now, each year Disney hosts 3 different separately ticketed holiday parties that take place after the parks close. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party are in Magic Kingdom on select nights during their respective seasons, and Jollywood Nights is over in Hollywood Studios, and we assume it'll be returning again this year as well, but we'll keep you updated if it doesn't. No matter what year you end up going to one of these parties, whether it's this year or next year or the year after that, there is a pretty consistent truth that we've learned over time. Earlier on in the season, you book your party ticket, the cheaper the price will be. Now, a new update to this rule over the past couple of years is that it doesn't necessarily count on the first night that a new party kicks off, because all the bloggers and vloggers and like all the travel agents, everybody's going to buy a ticket for that first night so they can report on it. But after that first party, the second one should drop down and be a whole lot cheaper for your group to attend. The closer you get to the actual holiday that the party is based around, the higher the event prices spike, which is why, very commonly, you'll find the cheapest party tickets for Not So Scary during August and the cheapest party tickets for the Christmas events earlier on in November. Now, heads up that Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party has already sold out for Halloween night, so if you want to get a ticket to that party this year, get buy-in because those do sell out. If this is your first time going to Disney World, that's exciting, first of all, and I can't wait to hear all about it. And secondly, it's totally okay if some of these more common dining tips are things that flew over your radar before. That's why our DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining, which you can find over at dfbstore.com, yep, the one that Bria worked on in the Disney Springs section, includes a whole 101 section that just helps walk you through everything concerning Disney food and drinks, from dining plan strategies to top restaurant recommendations to, yep, the best ways to save money at the restaurants. Now, one of our tried and true tips that you're going to find highlighted in the 101 portion of your guide is how to prevent spending like $5 plus on water bottles every time you need to rehydrate during your park day, which is going to be like constant. So the Dasani bottles start getting real pricey real fast. While we love bringing our reusable water bottles to the parks to fill up around at Disney's free refill stations, which you can find listed on your My Disney Experience app's park map, by the way, and there's more and more of them. Disney's adding more and more of them, and that's so great. Not every refill station has that satisfying, crisp, and icy cold water. That being said, you're more than welcome to also ask for free ice water cups at any of the quick service locations, even if you're not ordering any food at the moment. Cast members will be more than happy to hook you up with some complimentary H2O. Keep in mind that Epcot's festival booths, though, aren't the same way. They don't operate as quick service locations, so free water cups are not available at these seasonal spots. However, there should always be permanent quick services not too terribly far away from these booths so that you can hit those up instead for that nice, chill agua. Now, a plastic baggie hates to see me coming. I use these little dudes for everything when I'm traveling. Need a place to store my snacks? Bag it. It's raining and I want to keep my phone safe? Bag it. My socks got soaked on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, so I changed pairs, but I don't want to put my wet socks directly into my backpack. They get bagged too. Yep, plastic baggies are a lifesaver for me, but if you're looking for something a little more reusable, you can also find silicone storage bags on Amazon that are dishwasher safe and non-toxic. They have an easy grip tab to make them easy to open, and they've also got super cute Mickey designs on them too. So a 4-pack of these is going to cost you about $36. Big upfront investment, but you can use them on every single trip from now on. If you've got some fun Disney World tricks that you want to add to this list, and I know you do, go ahead and drop them in the comments because sharing is caring. And if you're a first-time Disney goer, don't be afraid to ask any follow-up questions to find out more tricks that you should be using during your upcoming vacation. That's why we do what we do. We go to the parks every single day. We make a ton of mistakes. We're like, oh, that was awful. I hope I never have to do that again. And we tell you about it so that you don't have to do it. You can also go check out some of our past Disney World tricks videos and tips videos, like what I learned on my last trip to Disney World. Because like I said, we are always learning every single time we go, even if we've been hundreds of times. And that'll get you even more tips and hacks before it's go time. And don't forget to download our free ride hacks guide over at disneyfoodblog.com/ride-hacks. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.